Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're mixing it up a little bit with Standard Brawl. I normally do Historic Brawl, which is 100 cards, but Standard Brawl is a bit different at 60 cards. And there's something really awesome about Standard Brawl that I really love, is the card pool. The card pool is 100% faithful to the card game in real life, which is great because Historic Brawl uses alchemy, which I really don't like, to be honest. I really hate alchemy. So having access to a format like this is a nice breather from the norm. And I have done Shiko in Historic Brawl, but I just really love this command. I think Standard Brawl gives it a lot more room to breathe because the card pool, I would say, is fairer. The cards don't go back as far. It's the last 3 or 4 years worth of cards. So you'll notice there's quite a big tonal shift in the curve of the CMC and the amount of just big plays. I think the format is still aggressive. Don't get me wrong. Don't be confused in thinking Standard is weaker. I still think it probably is a turn 4-5 format where you win along those lines. But yeah, it was really fun to make this because it's just a different experience. And I really just wish that Historic Brawl had a version like this where it's just the paper cards. I'm not even saying get rid of alchemy. You can still have that as a different queue. But Wizards, if any one of you are watching, please, so many people I speak to, we just want to have a true to paper format for Historic Brawl 100 cards. So this is 60 cards. So it's a lot easier to get your head around things, which is kind of cool. It makes the deck a lot tighter. In a way, it makes the deck super efficient because you've got fewer cards, right? So you're drawing into your cards a lot faster than you want. So Shiko's interesting. It wants to basically reanimate a spell from the grave that costs 3 or less. So I've basically top-loaded the deck with loads of cool 3-drops. There's not that many Planeswalkers. I kind of wanted to make more Planeswalker heavy because Planeswalkers are pretty tough to deal with in Standard Brawl, I think. There's not as much removal, so of course they're just going to get away with murder. So we've only got Kaito in here, really, because it's the best of the 3 mana ones I can really find, and there's none at 1 and 2 mana that I really was that interested in. Jace is the exception because he's just a weird card you can't cast any on. But if you discard him and then play him, it really helps to just, you know, cheat him out with Shiko. That's why Shiko is so powerful in this way. There's a lot of draw and discard effects too. Malcolm draws discards on hit. Jace draws and discards. We have Collector's Vault, which helps you just fill the graveyard. Anything that can fill the graveyard is going to be really good. By the way, Barter, and then you're going to reanimate stuff with Shiko. Pretty simple, pretty awesome. Get to use cards we don't normally use. We've got, you know, Urza, Might Stone and Wheat Stone, just some cool synergy in here. I'd say keep the CMC quite low if you're just new to Standard Brawl because it's just such an aggressive format. But yeah, 24 lands, I'll say, is a good average. 24, 25 lands. And let's see how we get on. So yeah, Standard Brawl. Let's see, you know, if you like this format, tell me below, and I'll see if I can make more. It's still an ever-changing format. Standard rotation still happens now and then, every few years, or I don't know how it works anymore, but we'll still always have access to new cards on the channel. So we'll always have new cards, so don't worry. Either way, I'll be showing you Brawl videos of some kind. If this is popular, I might do more of this. But you know, coming from me personally, Historic Brawl it's getting more of a pain to play. The card pool's getting bigger. The curation's getting less. More alchemies being added. With the current trend, if alchemy keeps being added every set at this rate, the whole format is just going to be cards that don't exist. And that is something kind of crazy, right? You don't want the alien species to invade Brawl and take over the paper cards. That's a strange phenomenon. And at that point, it's a completely different format. So that's a story for a different time. But yeah, if you like the look of this deck, give me a like, subscribe, watch the videos, and come back for more. Let's see how we get on versus Campbell. Profiteering Mayor. This is a really cool... I don't even know what to call it. Like, playmat? Background? I feel like you do get different backgrounds depending on the format you're playing. That command tower's pretty clutch, actually, because it means we can play the blue spells. But yeah, I put 2 stuff to the bottom, things to the bottom, just because they do not resonate with our next plays. 3 damage. Lunar Convocation. Okay. So hopefully next time I can play a creature, because the final stage of... Oh, wow, okay. Oh, these are some great cards. We'll get lost. So yeah, stage 3 of this is the stage that I find hardest to synergize it. Once you'd have creatures out. Really. So this is probably better late game, when you can get a few creatures out, but So good. Malcolm's good. So what do we want to do? Our hand is pretty damn stacked. And then a braid. No artifacts on the opponent's side of the field, though. So yeah, we're just going to flash into Malcolm. And I love Malcolm because it allows you to just fill your graveyard. And I've just realised the artwork of Malcolm has, like, weird spirit people. How much do you want to bet they've got a kill spell, though? I'd rather lose the Fairy Mastermind, as weird as that sounds. Virtue of Loyalty. Pardon me. Okay. So double strike. Double strike. Go for the Jace.
You all have a part to play in this.
Just put something in the bin, I guess. Seacom Coast. And I think we will swing for 4. So yeah, you can see the upside of this card being pretty good if you have massive things, but we've basically built like a pretty control-y build, and therefore it can be kind of hard to get that off. They're just going to swing into Jace. I don't mind him taking 2. He doesn't... His ultimate is awesome, but it only lasts for the until of turn, so... Okay, Signet. Are they just going to play Campbell here? The Fairy Master one is actually pretty good against this, I've just realised, because they can draw extra cards. Okay, so they didn't opt to create a token of that, interestingly enough. Ah, but we're both drawing from this. I think we just win the game with temporary lockdown, don't we? It gets rid of all of the things. It does get rid of Jace, though. If we've got a token deck, maybe we hold back the temporary lockdown a bit longer. Or we could just play the Slagstorm and... Ah, there's so many things we can do here. Let's just cast something next turn.
I'm always prepared.
For free. Alright, we'll go for Elesh Norn. It's probably going to die. Not really sure if that's the right move, to be honest. But it does certainly distract them from everything else. Vein Ripper. That's a very scary card. Ward, sacrifice a creature. Okay. I think we're okay with that. So basically the Claim Jumper is going to be fodder. We actually get 2 triggers, which is mental. And yes, we do get drained for 2, but my god, 2 triggers with a Might Stone and Weak Stone is kind of crazy here. Let's work our way up. Monastery Mentor. And of course she has Vigilance, because why not? Down to 13. And we can just flash into Malcolm. We're in a very good spot here. In a very good spot. Season of the Burrow. Exile those two and we get to draw a card. Yikes. Okay. That was pretty powerful, to be honest. But it does mean that our lockdown is just so good now. It's just going to get rid of pretty much everything but the Caretaker's talent here. Oh dear. So they use this map and make this a 4-4, then our Jace is dead. But we do have the Unwanted Remake. Okay, fair enough. So we will try and protect the Jace. It's a crazy format. Every time I think I have really good things, it basically just... our opponent comes back for more.
Another piece in place.
So I think I will be doing this lockdown here. That's a pretty humongous board wipe, basically. Now, annoyingly, if they kill this, they all come back.
0% chance I lose. No one said I work alone.
So we have to be careful. Also, we still have the Shiko, which, now thinking about it, Rediscover the Way might be the thing we get back, depending on what they do. We just have to be careful they don't kill this, because that's going to unleash hell. I'll take Matter Weaver. And a Mondrak. Oh my god. That is not what we want to see, is it? Double tokens. Okay. So we can try our best to get around the Mondrak. With Shiko. Two, one.
They'll never see us coming.
I don't know what to do now. If they block here with the Mondrak, we can destroy everything with the Slag Storm. Well, apart from the Ultic Matter Weaver, which I think we might just have to do here. Let's just see what they do. They're going to block with that instead, which is still something good to get rid of, really. Ah, they thought it was a sus block. Or a sus attack, should I say.
Cool tech, right?
Okay, so I'll do this. That's free. And then Shiko comes down. Kills the Mondrak. There could be... There's probably a lot of better ways I could have done this, but... This bloody Caretaker's talent, honestly... It's given him so many cards, and it's very difficult to keep up. I'm just surprised they haven't really gone for Return of Non-Land Permanents. They're going to get back Mondrak here, I guess, or Vein Ripper. Oh, crap. Well, this has now become very, very difficult. Drain 2 on everything that dies. How the hell has it come to this? Need to get that Unwanted Remake back. Oja attack is on top. Oh god. And they have 2 mana up for something suspicious as well. Loran. Loran's actually pretty good to kill the Caretaker's talent. And it's something else we can sacrifice with the Vein Ripper. So we'll make it so that can't block. Be blocked, should I say.
Found a way
Ooh.
in.
So, I don't mind too many if they block here. On the Shiko. Because then we will just play it again from the graveyard. Okay, they're going to go for it. Now, the thing I'm worried about is if they have a way to protect the Vein Ripper, it's going to be very annoying.
All part of my
Burnt
plan.
Oculus. Oh, that's good as well. But if they board wipe, we're in a hell of a lot of trouble, aren't we? We really are. So we have to go for this. And it really pains me, because if they give this a protection effect, oh, it's going to be crap. It's a very powerful card. They're leaning into it heavily. And rightly so, I guess. They're going to flicker it. Beginning of the next end step. Oh, jeez. Well, that's very annoying. Yeah. This is really quite bad now. I will try and block that, I think. What happens if this flip? Beginning of end step, create a dude. +1/+0 lifelink. Yeah, we have to block that again. It's getting very frustrating. It's such a powerful card. We've had such good cards as well, guys. Like, seriously good. If they keep protecting it, that's going to be an absolute bummer. Okay, more and more things. It's looking bad. I'm noticing this a lot in this format, by the way. I just feel like I get steamrolled from a really good position. I don't know why that is so common. Oh, great. So they get a token as well. I should have done that in response. I forget that they clone our tokens, don't they? That's actually really horrific because we have the Monastery Mentor. And now we're going to get... Although saying that, by doing that, it doesn't mean that they don't now get the dogs. So... Lightning Helix. Ah. What other removal do we have for that stupid thing? Combination of spells. Oh, bloody hell.
They'll never see us coming.
Okay, well, I guess we just attack first, just to kind of see what we're working with here. Give me something good. Day of
Your
Judgment. Well, that is
secrets
going to
will be
completely... screw us up. We don't have a kill spell for the Vein Ripper. Apart from Slagstorm, which would just annihilate everything. So maybe we just discard this. And hopefully find another answer. With Rediscover the Way. And yes, they are going to get a bloomin' token. And another card. And another life. Holy crap. Three damage. So one thing I guess we can do is if they attack with a Vein Ripper, we can block it with Shiko. Oh, okay, maybe not. Jesus. That's annoying as hell. Come on, man. How can this one card be so problematic in this format? I think we're just dead. We lost our aerial blocker, and now we actually block anything, we just die. Because whenever any creature dies, we lose 2. Yeah, that's such a shame. Oh my god, and creatures they control have power and toughness equal to the number of creatures they control, so they're all... That's basically Creative Behemoth. That's so freaking messed up. We were doing so well until this stupid Vein Ripper. I hate it when one card sways the game so heavily like that. So yeah, because of this, I guess it meant that we were dead anyway. But yeah, that is such a piss take, and it's so insulting to think that one card can just dismantle everything. But I guess that's the way the game is, right? And does this feel like standard? I don't know. It feels like Historic Brawl. It doesn't really feel that much different. So it's such a shame. I've lost so many games, and I don't even think it's because my deck's bad. I think my deck's pretty good. It's just, anecdotally, my opponent's been luckier. So, alright, there really is no escape from evil, is there? So even in Standard Brawl, we're seeing Roxanne. Holy crap. Okay. We're looking for triple red. The temporary lockdowns are going to be... okay. Versus that, although it will get rid of the Arcane Signet. Let's just kill this. It also exiles it, which is kind of nice. Fire Spitter Whelp. Kill that also. Oh my goodness. Okay. No lands. That sucks. Invasion of Zendikar. Whee! So they'll be at 6. And of course they have a way to hit it as well now. Oh boy. Red sauce? I sure hope we can keep it. Just a nice bit of card advantage. That's all I really want. We do have the Day of Judgment. So even though they get this creature, I'm not too bothered. The annoyance is the fact that the Roxanne can just keep coming out over and over again. It's part of the problem of cards that just keep making their costs cheaper, you know? Land. Land. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Okay. So what are the top end cards now? I guess Creative Behemoth is actually in standard, isn't it? That's the crazy thing. Roaming Throne. Oh no. That is really not what I want to see, to be honest. I think we're going to have to kill the roaming throne. Ooh, Brotherhood's End. So this is awkward. This either kills one thing or one thing. So that's not something we want to do, is it really? What's the ward here? Ward 2. So we do this. Pains me to do. There's so much ward now. I've played quite a few standard games now, standard Brawl, and I feel like there's just so many ward creatures. Okay, so I do believe the temporary lockdown is going to be really excellent here. It's just going to slow them down so much with all these meteorites. For a second there, I thought they were going to target the Solemn Simulacrum with that. Animus Might, okay. Sure. Annoying, annoying, annoying. Oof. Well. Destroy untapped. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, okay, sure. 3 damage to her. And then we might as well destroy the rest, right? Because this is basically a free spell. Okay. Okay. So they've just got Roxanne. It's not too bad, I guess, but... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'll just bounce it. Just slows them down. Although it's only 5 mana for them to replay it, right? Lightning Helix. Question is, at what point do we use this lockdown? Because I don't really know. The good news here is that the Lightning Helix will gain us 6 in total as long as the Heartflame Duelist is out. Now, they didn't tap these in response to her death. Is she really 11 mana now? That's crazy. Bone Horde Dracosaur. Oh my goodness. Land and this. Okay. 5/5. We don't really want this to exist, do we? Five, 5. I think we bounce it. 5/5's big. Okay. My god, it's so grindy. How is standard... standard Brawl seems more grindy than historic Brawl in some ways. Bone Horde. So much mana. And a Dracoseth. I am so confused right now. I am so confused right now. How the hell is that in the format? Yeah, this is a really old reprint, isn't it? Well, that's just made things really quite bad, hasn't it? That's going to kill absolutely everything. I think I'm screwed. I'm so screwed. When this attacks, it does 10 damage divided. How much mana? They had so much mana there. I guess I should have just used the temporary lockdown a bit sooner.
Have faith in my sword. To the skies.
And they've got the lava spur boots. Holy crap. Oh, we're in a lot of trouble here. Jeez. How did we get to this? I honestly don't know how they got to this level of... And I just don't understand how Roxanne is still so powerful in this format as well. That's absolutely crazy. Oh my god. So there goes pretty much everything we have. Well... We're going to lose everything anyway. Wow. Get lost. We can destroy all tapped. I mean, that helps a little bit, I guess. I don't know how much longer we can stay alive, though. Yeah. This is bad. Although I think if we can survive one more turn, the temporary lockdown is going to be really quite nice. It's going to slow them down a considerable amount here. But we only have 5 life. If they have any hexproof, we are just dead, I think. Okay. That just proves how broken this card is, right? She's broken in Historic Brawl, she's broken in Commander, and she's broken in Standard Brawl, guys. Ridiculous. She's 15 mana and they're still easily casting it, you know? Easily. And we only have 5. Yeah. So we die anyway. Christ. The Unwanted remake gave them a 2-2. Which they had haste for. Ah. Oh, that's crazy. That is such a crazy card. Okay, so this is a really cool hand. Let's keep this. So keep in mind with Standard, the removal is just not going to be as good. So that's why you'll be seeing me using some weird cards like Hex Gold Slash. You can do specific searches to find stuff like 2 damage, 3 damage, but there's just really not much that does 3 damage for cheap in this format. Land after land after land. You know what? That's fine. We've got the Abhorrent Oculus. If we can resolve this, it's going to be really, really awesome. If they play a Mana Dork of some kind... Oh, 3 toughness. That is annoying. Because the Hex Gold Slash does not actually deal with that. We can... I think we kill it. Let's just slow them down and get rid of it. Can unlock. So this is the other thing as well. Everything we put into our graveyard is really efficient with Shiko here. 4 toughness. Holy crap. Bloody hell. 4 toughness. All of their mana dorks, Brotherhood 10, well, that's not going to kill their stuff. So apparently all the mana dorks have got 3 toughness or more. Okay, so now we need an untapped mana source. It's kind of crazy that we've drawn every single Savell land and a Scry. That is a bit unusual. How are we going to get past this? This is going to be very big when this comes in. And they're looking at the Temple of Epiphany. I really hope there's no land destruction in the format. I don't think there is. They can use a map. One, 5, 2, 1. Okay, so they have plotted that. Finally, we can kill that next time with the Hex Gold Slash. If needs be. I think we go for the Elspeth here.
This fight ends now.
And yeah, we might as well attack because I really do not want to block with this. So this turn they can play that for free, which gives them a green mana. 3, 4, 5. So if they play a land, they can then go for the Lumra. Then we might be in a bit of trouble actually, until we find another kill spell. Although we do have the Get Lost, so we can simply just use the Get Lost on the Lumra if they play that. The other annoying thing here is that they will also draw a card. So just because it's Standard Brawl doesn't mean there's no powerful synergies. There certainly are. Left, right, and centre. It's because we couldn't kill... I can't believe this has such high toughness. There's so many mana dorks now for 2 mana. It's very difficult to keep up, to be honest. A Circuitous Route. Wow. The cards that you forget have been reprinted, you know. Flourishing Bloomkin, a 6/6. Oh my goodness. Destroy all tapped or untapped creatures. That is crazy. Do we save this? That is actually such a great card. So we could use Shiko to get back count on luck. Or maybe we just blow up everything now. Slow them down. And then play... I don't know. Let's just swing in. I think we just blow up these two. Or is that a bad move to do that? Or should we just go for the Shiko and then kill the Flourishing Bloomkin? The issue with that is because we've got Vigilance. Yeah, I think we're just going to blow up all untapped. Make a dude. And collect a spell. I think that's fine, to be honest. That was, for an uncommon, this is pretty rough. And that was just going to draw them cards and give them just so much value. I know we get to draw extra with Fairy Mastermind, so maybe that was the wrong move, but... When it enters, target creature you control deals damage. They're going to kill that. That's interesting. Ah. Well, that is not something I was expecting to see. So that means Elspeth is now dead. Wow. Okay, that's an 8/12. We're going to have to kill that. What a weird game this has become. Another fight spell. Which means our Shiko probably dies next turn as well, due to the fact they have the Lumra and this. I mean, it's cards we don't see. And another fight spell. What? Well, they certainly showed us there, didn't they? I think we're actually going to go for the split up to destroy tapped creatures. And there's a reason for this. It's because if they kill the Shiko, they're going to have an untapped Lumra with the fight ability, right? But here's the thing, next turn, we can now play the Shiko and use the other kill spell to get rid of their Lumra. Otherwise, the only other kill spell we would have had is the one that would have had to kill all untapped, and then Shiko would have died. So I think that's worked out for the best. I get the feeling that this Hex Gold Slash is just not going to do anything. My god, how many fight spells do they have? Okay. And he's got reach, which is really irritating. Oh, we got a removal spell. Oh, that's really sick. That was super lucky. This Collector's Vault is... I like it now. It's cool. I mean, I already kind of knew it was really good. So now they're choosing which one they want to manifest Dread on. Now, the hesitation they're taking is a bit scary, because does that mean that they're going to have 2 good creatures on top? Who knows? Choose 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll keep the Get Lost. We do need a backup removal. And draw, then discard. I think we will just play the land there. Okay. Pretty exciting so far. Manifest a creature. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They need to play that and then fight. But it's just scary how much land this guy gives. They're going to go for Nissa here. And Overlord. Which gives them another mana. Okay, that's irritating because they can kill our Abhorrent Oculus. God damn it. They've just got so much stuff. Hellish Norn is pretty awesome here. Stops all of their ETBs. I cannot really have wished for a better top deck. Stops the Lumra getting more mana. 7 toughness is pretty good as well because we can stop this. It doesn't stop the Moss Spawn. Oh. No way! They actually had a spell that gave it +1 and fight. That's ridiculous. What? I think we might lose then. Because they got the perfect frigging fight spell. Insane. They've had such crazy luck. So they go for Lumra. We need something good here. I know there's just mills, but we get a treasure. So if our next card isn't very good, we're screwed. Is this just the same as this? Why does this feel stronger than Pock? It feels stronger than Pock. We're just struggling to get any advantage. I think the tables really turned when they killed our Elspeth. Really. And they are going to come in. They're going to make another land, which means this goes up. That's a 14-14. Holy crap. Yeah. I'll block the Shiko so then we can use it for one of the kills, but I don't really know what to do. I think the Mossborn Hydra's going to... Ooh. This is a necessary thing we have to do, I think. Killing that Hydra is pretty important. Okay, okay. Can we turn this back? 14-11. It's annoying because the Lumra they can just keep playing it over and over again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've played him twice. So he's 9 mana now. And they can play him over. How do you actually stop? I think Lumra falls into the category of annoying commanders that basically pay for themselves every time they come in. It's bordering on Golos levels of consistency, right? Or Derevi. So that was another 2 lands, which means every time you kill Lumra, it doesn't really matter. Because they can play it over and over again. And it gets bigger each time. Kind of insane. How do we win? I don't think we can. Lightning Helix. Okay. We're just going to have to pass. Does it have trample? It doesn't have trample. They've got 16. I think Mill is pretty good in Standard Brawl because they've only got 60 cards, you know. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put X counters on target creature or X number of lands in your graveyard. What? Although the irony here is that it doesn't really do much because this gets all the lands out of the graveyard. So I feel like this is slightly numbo. Oh, they got Rogue's Passage. Okay. So that's 18 unblockable damage. You know, sometimes you just play and the opponent has literally everything. So it's not enough for them to just activate this ability. They also have to hold priority for something else as well. So what's that going to be then? Wow. Just the server. Just the... Okay, so apparently the game just kicked me out. So that was a very weird ending to the game, guys. I mean, to be honest, I was going to lose that one anyway, really. I honestly think I was. So, what the hell actually happened? I've still got network connection. I'm looking at my bars here. And that is weird, because if I had lost that network connection, then I wouldn't be able to do any of this. So that was a very weird end to the game. Apologies to cuck you all with a lack. But yes, let's just say definitively, I probably would have lost that one because I had unblockable. I had a Lightning Helix to deal with 3, so we could have gained 3. And then they would have been on still not enough life for me to kill them with Shiko. It would have had to be very top deck dependent what I would have got the following turn, but I can't see anything here that would have really made a difference, considering, as I said, even if I had killed it, they would have just replayed it again and would have had a reach blocker. So yeah, it's just one of those really frustrating games, although it was kind of fun, but I'm starting to think that Lumra is a real pain in the ass to deal with and could be a bogeyman of the format, really. So I'm going to go full Shyamalan twist on you, 180 degrees. And that's because I've played a lot of games of Standard Brawl. I think last night I played about 20 games. And I don't normally do this, but I got so frustrated that I just stopped playing. I couldn't get any good footage of this format for you guys. Now, you know I've been playing Magic for a very long time. And I personally think the deck I've built is a solid deck. It's got really good cards. It's got longevity. It's got removal. It's got synergy. There's a lot of removal. There's a lot of things going on. Shiko gives you some value back. I genuinely believe this is a fun and good deck on paper. But for whatever reason it was, I think I lost every single game. It must have been about 20 games today, and I've played about 5 or 6 today, and I lost every single one as well. And I just find that really peculiar. And I don't know what it is. You know, I've Googled many times conspiracies like forced win rate and so on and so forth, going second a lot. There's just nothing else I can really tell you guys apart from this video is kind of like an expose on the game. I don't know. It's just weird. I cannot, with my whole heart, tell you that the game feels like it's cheating or doing weird things to me. But from the experience I've had, it's just not fun when you lose every single game over and over again. And I built Shiko in Historic Brawl, and I fared better in that format. And I genuinely thought that Standard Brawl was going to be a different experience. Now, yes, this is just one deck, but I've played Magic long enough to know that patterns emerge here and there. And I truthfully called the end of this video in the last video I was going to record, because I came across Ugin, the 7-mana Ugin, who has essentially kind of ruined the format in Historic Brawl. Because why use a deck with multiple colours when Ugin exists? It's a colourless 7-mana card that basically wins the game by itself, right? As soon as you cast him, and then you exile all your opponent's things. So your opponent's not allowed to have anything fun. It becomes less about an exchange of moves, and you take a cool turn, I take a cool turn. And that is still possible in high-level Magic. It's high-level chess. It's faster, but at least people get to do cool moves. And the same applies to Magic. But when it's so overbearingly powerful as something like Ugin to come down and just remove everything. We've had problems of Ugin before. The last Ugin was banned, the 8-mana one, that exiled everything from the battlefield. I don't think they really learned the lesson, or they even care. So I know it's a weird thing to end the video on, to say that playing Ugin in Standard Brawl made me feel salty, bad, whatever you want to say. I mean, you're watching this far, you must have some feelings about liking the channel, right? And if you don't like the channel, then it's a weird for you to be watching this in the first place, which is always a paradox to me. But yeah, it's just a bit of a moan vent that the reason I tried Standard Brawl is because it was a different card pool as such. It's a smaller card pool. The cards all exist in paper, no alchemy. And I was thinking, it'll be a bit more fun. Maybe you'd have a bit more lower kind of barrier of entry, and maybe the cards were just more fun to play with. At first, it felt that way. And the more I played, the more I lost over and over again. I just thought, God, this is a sweaty format. And in a way, it feels even sweatier than Historic Brawl. I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel like a format that I really want to pursue any further. And I was thinking it would make maybe just branch off the channel's videos into something a bit more different, a bit more interesting than just Historic Brawl. But I feel like the problem with the game is when you play another format and you still feel the same problems, the format is the game is the problem, right? I work in network support, and I'll give you a strange analogy. I work with a lot of it's called Fortinet technology, and a lot of Fortinet switches. I know a lot of you won't know what this all means, technical equipment. And I do a lot of technical diagnostics on when something goes wrong to find out what the problem is. So I'm pretty good at finding the root cause of stuff, the problem, and the RCA, root cause analysis of when a problem exists. And I apply that to everything in life. I was trying to get to the bottom of things. But yeah, I just feel like Magic in itself is in a weird position. It's all about making money from the shareholders or for the shareholders. And because of that, design is just flown out the window. Everything's kind of ridiculous. The format is in a not a very fun place. Standard Brawl, Historic Brawl, whatever. I don't know. It's weird because I still really enjoy playing Paper Magic on a Friday with my two buddies. We meet, we play, we have some drinks, we have some food, and it's great. And that's the kind of thing I want to emulate here on this channel. I wanted to connect with people because when I moved from where I used to live, I didn't have access to my friends. So creating a channel like this was a way for me to communicate with my friends. Shout out to Josh, Elliot, Rob, Stu, who we used to play with a lot. Well, two of those people I still play with here, but the other two I used to play a lot more there. And it's just a real shame that I'm struggling to replicate the feeling I get from playing Paper. And I know everyone's told me, I know the answer. It's 1v1, it's hyper competitive. I get it. But I just want to find like-minded arena players who feel like me, where the spirit of the game was just fun, cool interactions, and then you would get to win now and then. It feels fair. But when I'm on like this weird, crazy losing streak, where I literally lost like 20 plus games in a row, it just feels like, what is going on? I'm not a bad player. If there's one thing I am confident and proud of myself is, I'm good at Magic. So when you lose like 20 games in a row, it's ridiculous. So then you just get like people say, yeah, but it's just part of the game. You can lose. You can lose a lot, and it's fine most of the time. But when it's a massive streak, it means I cannot recommend Standard Brawl as a format if it doesn't give me a different feeling from Historic Brawl. I don't, it's like you have a pair of shit shoes And then you buy a new pair of shoes hoping it's going to fix the problem. And at first they might feel great. New fresh shoes, it feels great. But then you realise, oh, there's a hole in the bottom, just like the old shoes. And it's just really sad. And I don't have the solution. And even if I did, no one would give a shit. Because that's the state of the world, right? No one would give a shit. I could have the golden solution to make Wizards even more money and to make everyone even happier. But it doesn't matter. This is just me venting. And I just wanted to get this across to you guys because ultimately I wanted to improve the channel because I know that the views on my channel are going down. And it's because the format is crap, right? Because people just... I've seen a lot of comments saying people are dropping from the format, dropping from the game. They don't even play Magic anymore. And it's really sad. And it could be that my channel content is crap. But I don't think it is. Because no one's saying that, right? I can only work with the evidence I've got. And yeah, that's it really. So long story short, too long didn't read. I tried Standard Brawl because I thought it would give a fresh life to the channel. Just a different wing of the channel. Just like a little wing where you could go and play something different. But in all honesty, I don't think I will pursue Standard Brawl. And at least I've done the experiment and I've showed you guys how I feel. Yeah, well, I do like a good experiment. They just don't always work out. So I guess back to Historic Brawl and trying to make that fun again. Wish me luck. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.